This tiny African country called Djibouti hosts an average of 10 foreign military bases. They're between 8 to 11, according to sources, but on average, 10 foreign military bases exist here. The US, China, France, Japan, Italy, Germany, Saudi Arabia, Spain, all here. This surveillance state, home to 1.5 million Africans, why do these military bases exist when Africa is obviously defenseless? It is to the detriment of Africans. Look what's happening in Sudan. Look at the turmoil going on in the Sahel. Insurgents. In northern Nigeria, insurgents. But there's a tiny African nation here that hosts more than 10 foreign military bases. Why? The geopolitical race to control the Horn of Africa, which is this region here, intensifies every day. Access to the Red Sea is an obsession by so many countries. Just ask Eritrea. They've suffered for it. Now, Djibouti sits here in the Gulf of Aden, where the Red Sea, the Indian Oceans meet, Arabian Peninsula, African continent, but it's not benefiting us. We talked about how the current chair of the African Union, Mr. Mahmoud Yusuf, is a former foreign minister from Djibouti. He heads the African Union, whose headquarters are right here in Addis Ababa in Ethiopia. Why do we have Djibouti and we have what's happening in Sudan happen in Sudan? We have what's happening in Somalia happen in Somalia, the US airstriking Somalia every other day. Modern day slavery happening in Libya, when we have a defense system in Djibouti. Together with Djibouti being a surveillance state for the benefit of everybody else except Africans, we also have the control of ports, African ports, that's become an obsession. The port of Djibouti, very strategic, was subject of a very intense legal battle between a Chinese management company and a UAE-based management company called DP World. These are freight management companies. They want to manage African ports. The Chinese management company won that battle against DP World, but DP World is currently managing many other African ports, including Lamu, which is not on the map, it's in Kenya, Port of Lamu, Port of Dar es Salaam in Tanzania. Also, they're in Maputo, here in Mozambique. Also, they are controlling the port of Luanda. I believe this is half and half under DP World, half under the management of another UAE-based firm. Another port that's going to come up here on this tiny coast, Atlantic coast of the DRC, Banana Port, is also going to come under the management of DP World. And the biggest prize, Dakar, capital of Senegal, under the management of DP World. So they have access to West Africa, Central Africa, Southeastern Africa through Mozambique, East Africa through Tanzania and Kenya, and foreigners have control over Djibouti.